How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Um, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, thank you for sticking around, right, guys? So, long story short, I created this channel back in, I believe it was June now, and it was all for selfish reasons on passing the FTMO challenge because, unfortunately, I am notorious for being emotional. My psychology sucks. You name it, I did it. Move stop losses and all this other stuff. So the channel honestly has helped me tremendously, even though right now I'm kicking myself in the ass a little bit. So if you saw my last video, we finally got funded, right? Well, a little recap. We're finally funded. We passed one challenge and we're in a phase 2 on the second one. So we're going to pass both of them and fuck that. We're going to do it, right? But unfortunately, right now, I'm back to break even. I'm up like 12 bucks on my live account, and I think I'm up 100 bucks on the phase 2. So last video, I took a loss. And then unfortunately, I traded on Monday. I know it's a holiday. I really shouldn't have traded, but I was just eager to try to get that trade. And then unfortunately, Tuesday, the day that I should have traded, I didn't trade because unfortunately life stuff happened and I wasn't able to trade, right? So I just like to be transparent on what's going on. So right now we're back to break even. I'm not stressing it, and I just repeat that to myself over and over again because I feel like that's what I want to hear, right? Don't stress it. We've been here before, right? The last phase 2, I took 3 losses in a row at 1%, 1%, 1%. I was down 3 grand. We made it all back and then some, right? So going over Monday's shitty trade is we take price from midnight open to 8:30 and we mark out the high and the low. So here I'm going to mark out the high, right? And here I'm going to mark out the low. And then we're just going to wait for the liquidity to be taken, either the high or the low, and then a market structure shift, right? So right here, the high was taken, right? And there was a market structure shift. Let's use this one right here. So at this point, I wanted to see price to pull back so I could get in on an entry, but it didn't. Even if you drop the fib down and follow it down, you never get the pullback, right? So it was a straight drop. We took out midnight price again, and then let me delete this fib. What am I doing? Putting price forward. We take out the lows. Don't worry about this blue line. So price starts to, I believe, reverse, right? And I was looking for a break of this high, which there wasn't much displacement, but I didn't care because I wanted to just get into a trade, and my mistake, unfortunately, right? So I took my fib again, marked it up, long position, 61.8, stops below the low, covering 2 times risk, somewhere around there, right? So we're waiting for price to come back down, tap us in, right there, right? And then almost, and then tapped out. So took a loss. I was in some profit. I could have closed out, but if you've been here, you know that I got to the point where I'm just going to stick to either stop loss or take profit because that's how I backtested, right? So, and I realized that I would, by me managing the losses or the wins, it would mess up my risk to reward. It would mess up my overall P&L. So I'm just going to stick to win or lose. That's it. So that was my loss that took me back to break even. And then yesterday's trade, if I just let's jump to yesterday's trade. Bam. All right, right there. So 5 minute. Obviously, you could tell that we took out the highs, right? We took out all the highs. I wouldn't consider this a market structure shift because I don't consider that a low. I would want to see this taken out, playing price forward. So on the PM session, you get a nice displacement right there, right? Took out this low. And then if you draw your fib up, I guess, if you draw your fib up, shorts, top to bottom, and then we layer in our price, short position, more or less lines up with that fair value gap, right? Something like that. And let me just, so you don't see these things. So playing price forward, we get tagged in, and then full TP, right? Eventually. Well, full TP because it's 1 to 3, so 1 to 2 will be over here, right? And then price just melted up until today. And then currently, yes, where's price at currently? Market just dumped, right? We never got a break of the highs. Like, that's what I was looking for, is to break these highs, but we didn't. We got a break of the lows, and currently, nothing's really going on. I don't think I'm going to trade today. I think I'm just going to reset and start back up next week because I'm honestly not in a rush and I have to go visit family in Minnesota. So that's where we're at. So it's a little update on the account. Unfortunately, yeah, I messed up, right? Like, it happens, shit happens. So that's kind of been a thing in the channels, that getting it. I think this has been become more of a helpful tool for myself to manage my mess ups, right, and not sit there and over trade or revenge trade or do all this other crazy stuff that I used to and then blow accounts, because that doesn't get anybody anywhere. And then I just sit there and repeat to myself, like, dude, for the last 3 months you've been profitable. You profited the first month. You profited the second month. You profited the third month. Sometimes you hit the 10%, sometimes you don't, but it's okay. So these are just things that I repeat to myself, and I really appreciate everybody out there that has interacted with me. I really do appreciate it. By no means am I consider myself an expert in anything. This has just been more of basically a video journal of my journey, right, guys? And hopefully you guys come along for the ride. And if anybody gets a little bit of information along with it, then great. Taking a look at, actually, you know what? Let me put this here, and let's take a look at. Let me see this one. What is this? Excel sheet. Yes. Okay. So you see that? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Taking a look at the Excel sheet. This is the 5 minute. Yesterday should have been a no trade day because of because of the fact that it was a holiday. Like in the States, it's a holiday, so it should have been a no trade day. But me, Mr. Eager Pants over here, decided to trade and messed up, marking that off as a loss. Not 11 losses, marking it off as a loss. Still, overall, if I would have traded the strategy correctly from Monday of last week till this week, trading the days, Friday there was no entry, and I believe Tuesday there was no entry, I would have been up 4%, right? If I would have avoided yesterday, not trading during the holidays because I know better, we would have been passing our phase 2. right? So it is what it is. I just have to kind of reassure myself that um, that losses happen, mistakes happen, right? We're just, it's I'm on a journey of trying to become a better executioner, right? Like as far as executing the trades, like not hesitate, um, stuff like that. Like I have to sit there and believe in myself, believe in my edge. The fact that it's been playing out and it's been playing out um, since April. I sat there and I back tested January and February on FX replay, and it's still profitable, right? Like I was able to clear. I think it was I wasn't even done through February yet, and I'm up $18,000. So overall, it's a really simple strategy, guys. Like you're basically just looking for a higher time frame liquidation rate, right? Because you're taking time between 8:30 and 12 a.m. And how many hours that is? That's 8 hours of price taking the high and the low. So there's between like in that time frame, there's a 4 hour high and a 4 hour low, and you're waiting for that liquidity to be taken out, right, and then reversed. You're looking for a market structure shift, and so it typically, honestly, the trade itself is basically just a higher time frame liquidity rate and then looking for a market structure shift on the lower time frame and your entry. That's pretty much it. Anyways, guys, I got to get back to work because if they find out that I'm doing this, they're going to fucking get pissed off. And yeah, you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys back here next week.